Hello, welcome to Miracle Monday. This is Dawn Petalino, your transformational coach and your best-selling author of Peace, Power, and Miracles. And Miracle Monday is a day that I offer you some tips and tools, but most importantly, I offer you truths to allow more miracles and more love into your life. And today's this is the one connection, the most important connection that makes all things right. And that connection, as you might guess, is the connection to your higher self. A lot of times we want to go out into the world and we want to figure out, how can I make this happen? We get so much caught up in the planning of even our planning of our day and of our schedules that we already have our mind cluttered up with how we're going to do things and what we think is going to work or what we're going to try. And so we get out in this mentality, and I see this a lot in the business world especially, but it could be anywhere. We go out there and say, okay, I got to figure out how way to do this. I know, maybe I can do that, maybe I can do that. And we try these different things. But you know what? There's only two ways to experience this world. You're either in connection with your higher self, and you're in connection in the flow of love, or you are separated from that higher self, and you are coming from a place of lack and fear, whether you know it or not. So the planning, the scheduling, the future thinking is really, how can I control? So we're letting go of control in a way that we actually get in divine connection with that higher self inside of us. And now from there, we become a receiver of ideas. You know, the Course of Love tells us that true thoughts come from yourself, your capital S self. And these are not thoughts you think. They infiltrate you in unguarded moments. Do you ever have that shower experience, or you're driving the car, an idea hits you and you say, oh, that's a great idea? Those are when you become the receiver. For that moment, you were unguarded. You weren't cluttering up your mind with your own thinking and figuring out. You were receptive. You were actively waiting for the impulse. And when you actively wait for that impulse, what you do is, when you act on that idea, then Course of Love tells us you are now in relationship between your physical self and your elevated self, your higher self. And so acting on that idea allows us to become blended with our higher self. And that's where co-creation occurs. When we get in contact, we receive the idea, we receive the impulse, and then we act on it. Now we are in conduit with our higher being. We are co-creators in that we're not doing this, we're not running the show, but our hands and feet are being used, and we bring that idea out into form. And that idea, we watch it unfold in amazement about, look how that just flowed. Because it was a divine idea. It was an idea from the source of love. So the most important connection you can make that makes everything right, relationship, health, career, is first you must receive. You must put yourself in actively waiting. And the way you do that is, yes, meditation. I'm a big advocate of meditation, because you are now consciously putting yourself in that actively waiting place. You're not just waiting for a random moment of unguarded moment. You are consciously putting yourself in a place to receive and connect with that higher self. And so when you sit with that, you have to declutter your mind. You have to relax the mind enough. Not perfectly, because those thoughts are going to come in, but it builds on itself. It's cumulative. And you relax the mind enough that you calm the body enough that you allow yourself to just sit in a peaceful moment and to receive. You know, this has happened so often in my life. And I would say when it does, that's where miracles happen. You know, one time I remember where I had left my job, I left my marriage, all that stuff. You can read about it in my book. And I was at a gym. I had taken a membership for a gym. And I was in elementary school. I had been an elementary school teacher. So I was missing being with these kids, and I was on this treadmill and just taking this time off to really just kind of heal and find myself again. And on the treadmill, I saw the TV monitor of the daycare. You know, they would just, so you could see what's happening in the daycare center. And I just thought, oh, I would love to just work at the daycare center. I just want to play with kids. I don't want to have to plan anything. I just want to play with them. And then I thought, well, I really only want to do that about 1 day a week. I walk out of that gym, and as I'm walking out, I see this sign on the counter that says daycare person wanted. And I ask them, I tell them I was a teacher, blah, 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 and I'd like to apply. And they said, oh, you'd be great. We'd love to have you. But we really only need you 1 day a week. Very curious. And so I became this 1 day a week daycare worker, and it paid for my gym membership. So that was even better. Plus I got a paycheck. So there you go. But it was a divine idea and impulse that I acted on. So this is just one example, but there's so many, and you know it because you've had them too. Now put yourself in a conscious place of knowing it and take the time to meditate. I have a link below of a meditation that you can listen to. I have other meditations on my YouTube channel. I don't care where you get it, how you do it. Your job is just to be willing. We just throw out the seeds. Your higher power will do the rest. All right, take care. I hope you have a miraculous Monday, and take some time, 5 minutes. You can go on my website, www.donpetalino.com, and you can sign up for these 5 minute, or not 5 minutes, but these 3 easy steps to meditation. Have a miraculous Monday. I look forward to seeing you next week, and just be curious what impulses you receive this week. Bye for now.